Good afternoon to all of you. Today we start unit 2, that is free electron theory. So first of all we study the main characteristics of metal. Okay. So what the metal, we know that the metal possesses high electrical and thermal conductivity. Okay, this is the first characteristics of metal. First characteristics what? That is metal possesses high electrical conductivity and thermal conductivity. Okay, high electrical and thermal conductivity. Second is that second characteristics, metal obeys Ohm's law. Okay, metal possesses Ohm's law. It means that in steady state electrical density, in steady state current density, J is the current density, J is the current density. So in steady state current density is proportional to the applied electric field. J is directly proportional to applied electric field, or J is equal to sigma, means J is equal to sigma into E, where sigma is nothing but the electrical conductivity. Okay, so this is the second characteristics of metal, that is metal obeys Ohm's law. It in steady state the current density J is proportional to the applied electric field E. Therefore we can say that J is directly proportional to E. Therefore J is equal to sigma into E, where sigma is electrical conductivity. Okay. Third point is that the ratio of thermal conductivity. Here K is the thermal conductivity. And sigma, we know that sigma is the what? That is electrical conductivity. So from this we can say that is the ratio of thermal conductivity and electric conductivity is directly proportional to the temperature. So from this we can say that K upon sigma into T is equal to constant. Okay, and this is known as Widman-Frenz law. Okay, this is the third characteristics of metal. So first of all we again revise the three characteristics of metal. From this we can say that the first characteristics is metal possesses high electrical and thermal conductivity, and second characteristics is that is metals obeys Ohm's law. It means that in steady state electrical density is directly proportional, that is current density is directly proportional to the electric strain, that is equals to J is equal to sigma into E, where sigma is nothing but the electrical conductivity. This is the second characteristics. And third characteristics is that the ratio of thermal conductivity and electrical conductivity is directly proportional to temperature. So we say that is K upon sigma into T is equal to constant. So this law is known as Widman-Frenz law. What is the Widman-Frenz law? Suppose we ask in exam, write down the Widman-Frenz law. What do you say that? That is the ratio of thermal conductivity and electrical conductivity is directly proportional to temperature. Okay, this is the Widman-Frenz law. Okay. Now we will see the Drude-Lorentz free electron theory. Drude-Lorentz free electron theory of metals. Okay. In order to explain the observed characteristics, that is conductivity of metals, Drude and Lorentz propose a classical free electron theory of metals. Okay, so Drude and Lorentz propose the classical free electron theory of metals. So basic assumptions of Drude Lorentz free electron model, that is the basic assumption of Drude Lorentz free electron model. Okay. So Drude and Lorentz propose classical free electron theory of metals. So he proposed the assumptions of free electron model. So first assumption is that the metals are composed of positive metal ions. In the lattice and large number of free electrons valence electron. The free valence electron is called free electron. These valence electrons are free to move through metal like molecules of perfect gas in the vessel. Okay, so this is the basic assumptions of Drude-Lorentz free electron model, is that the metals are composed of positive metal ions in the lattice and large number of valence electrons. These valence electrons are free to move through metal like molecules of perfect gas in the vessel. Okay, this is the first assumption. Second assumption is that the assembly of free electrons in a metal is called electron gas. The metal ions are bounded to electrons by an electrostatic force of attraction between their positively charged ions and negatively charged electron gas. Okay, this is the second assumption. What is that? The assembly of free electrons in the metal called as electron gas. The metal ions are bounded to the electrons by an electrostatic force. The metal ions are bounded to the electrons. Metal ions are bounded to the electrons by an electrostatic force of attraction between their positively charged ions and negatively charged electron gas. Third basic assumptions of Drude-Lorentz free electron model is that at ordinary temperature the free electron move in a metal randomly with an average kinetic energy is 3/2 kT. Okay, like the molecules of perfect gas. Okay, the average kinetic energy of perfect gas molecule is 3 by 2 kT. Okay, so Drude and Lawrence assume that at ordinary temperature free electron move at randomly with an average kinetic energy is 3 by 2 kT like the molecules of a perfect gas. Fourth basic assumption of Drude-Lorentz free electron model is that during the random motion the electron collides. During the random motion electrons are collide with themselves with atoms or ions of lattice. The electrical and thermal conductivities are mainly due to the free electrons. And fifth basic assumption is that in absence of electric field, the motion of free electrons is random and their average velocity is zero. Okay. In the absence of an electric field, the average velocity is zero. Average velocity of free electron is zero because the motion of free electrons is random. The motion of free electron is random. Therefore, their average velocity is zero. And sixth assumption is that if external electric field is applied to the metals, if the external electric field is applied to the metals, the electrons will be accelerated. Electrons will be accelerated and produce a current. These are the basic assumptions of Drude-Lorentz free electron model. Okay, thank you.